Welcome back. Joining me now here at City Hall is Mayor Chris Spearman. Welcome, Mayor. And he's going to be giving us a recap of what happened at the City Council meeting this week. A big thing that everyone's sort of talking about right now is property tax.
Right. So what we're seeing is an average increase of about 2.84%, which is less than we anticipated. We had projected 3.2% on average over the next 4 years. So that's good news for the taxpayers that it's not as high as they thought it would be.
What was the reason why the property taxes came in less than what was initially anticipated? A little bit under 3%. You initially assessed it at just over 3%.
It's the combined taxation, including the education property tax and the Green Acres portion, as well as the municipal tax. What's happened is the education portion of the tax is less for Lethbridge than it might otherwise be. Property in the rest of the province, the value of the property went up more quickly than it did in Lethbridge, so they're picking up more of the education tax than taxpayers are in Lethbridge. So there's some benefit to that.
Definitely. It sounds like about $6 a month, which works out to, $72 a year? Not too bad.
Not too bad if you pay on a monthly basis. That's what the amount of the increase is. And I think you get good value for your taxes in Lethbridge. We do have a lot of green space, a lot of park space. The highest amount of park space per capita, maintained park space per capita in Canada. So we do have great parks. You know, we replace all the playground equipment in those parks on a regular basis. We have a great police service. We have great ambulance, fire and ambulance service. So, you know, the services that we offer in our city are pretty good. On the downside, the province has passed a policy where they no longer pay the tax on seniors' residences and on low-cost housing that are owned by the province of Alberta, and that's a hit of about $850,000 to the city. So that means that money does have to be picked up by the remaining taxpayers. Now, we are going to go back to the province, the new government, and say it's not fair that they don't pay their share of the tax, and it shouldn't be downloaded onto local taxpayers.
Okay, now it's interesting, Mayor, that you mentioned the province. I was going to ask you if with the new government changing from PC to NDP, if there's been any, if you suspect there's going to be any changes happening with the city, are you going to now approach the new government?
I am, and in fact I've contacted the mayors of 21 other mid-sized cities in the province. They share my concern, and we'll be going together and writing to the new premier and asking her to reconsider this decision so that there will be a less effect on taxpayers.
Now, you'd mentioned environment and green space, and there was an environmental policy that was just passed. Maybe tell us a little bit about what that is.
So City Council is continuing to work on the issue of environment and recycling. So we've passed an environment policy at City Council meeting, and that's just to let people know that it's still on our agenda, and we're continuing to work on the issue to increase waste diversion. We want everybody to begin the recycling effort at the source. So we want them to sort out the recyclable items from their garbage. We don't want to see garbage bins full of cardboard and full of recyclable items that should not be going into the dump. So we want everyone's cooperation. It's important that we do it together as a community, and that we begin looking at other alternatives like the organics and the compostables. So we need to move forward as a community, and the environment policy is another step in the right direction.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Mayor Chris Spearman, for joining us here today. You can catch live City Council meetings every other Monday right here on Shaw TV.